Hello and welcome back to Hooky Hour. I don't know what that accent is. I don't know what that impression is. It's like really deep robot, I guess. One day, AI is going to be able to mimic human speech and it's going to sound like that. But also, everything's going to be like slightly mispronounced and creepy and just hit that uncanny valley mark. Like, hit the sweet spot of just that, like, very subtle creepiness. Which is why I hate AI art so much. It's like, it's almost there, it's almost good, but then it's not. Like, ew. That's gross. Anyways, welcome back. I got a different color shirt on because it is a different day. This is still going towards week whatever. This is going up. Yeah. Anyways, enough dilly-dallying. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? Nug. I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Perfect. Alright. So, let me reread this real quick just to... I'm not gonna read it out loud, but... Right. Okay. Right, so this... Our client here, our killer, is a little salty about, his supposed client, Adrian Andrews, messing and tampering with the crime scene. And his argument is that Andrews, tampered with the crime scene to try and pin it on someone else, which he doesn't like, by, I don't know, messing with it. Pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. This is gonna require some, like, some thoughts. I gotta remember, like, what did we previously discuss? Because I don't know. Okay, so he is actually right about her planting the button on guard, as well as the knife. Bears Andrews' fingerprints. If I remember correctly, what was her verdict on that? That she was actually innocent and didn't do the crime? Because I remember... Oh boy, it's been so long. The first half of this trial, we were trying to argue that it wasn't Andrews. And then the second half of this trial, we are trying to argue that it is Andrews. Just for the sake of buying time. Gotta fill out every little, I don't know, decently sized time gap to make sure that Gumshoe does his thing, but he can't even do his thing because he wrecked. So how did this go before? I think it was Andrews poured a wine glass. Oh my god, the sequence of events is so rough to remember. I don't know, I feel like, well, let's get to the bottom of, like, what we're trying to expose here. So, this statement is good. That act is what I was referring to when I said the client had broken the rules. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corda was dead. Did she? Is that a thing? Because I guess thinking about it, in the original scenario in which we were trying to prove her innocent, she did not know that our boy Juan Corda was dead. So I wonder if this is something we have to disprove. Let me press it again. From the very beginning? That is correct.
That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times.
I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. Oh, that's right. I remember. This is a clue from last episode. That's right. Everyone was like, hey, wait, this isn't right. So it has to be that she didn't know that Juan Corda was dead, and just recalling what I know about the case is that I believe it was something to do with the wine and the fact that it wasn't tipped over or anything. And I think, if I remember correctly, Adrian said something about pouring a glass for something. Probably not knowing. I'm gonna save this again real quick, even though we already saved. So we have to use something to prove that Andrews did not know Juan was dead. Which, if she's not in control of any of the security cameras, she wouldn't know. Yeah. None of that's helpful. Picture card's not helpful. Lotta's photo. Right after the murder, that's the samurai dude walking. Okay. It's also the guitar case, but I think, for our purposes, we are just going to look at the wine glass and present it. Aha! Oh my god, that's so much deliberation. We're already 7 minutes into the episode. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corda had been murdered.
But how? How do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass.
Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Corda had only fainted from heat. Those suits get super hot, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind.
Ah, I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the exact same thought just now. I've actually been paying attention to this novel. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important detail anyway, correct?
No, we're totally digging into this one. I'm afraid you're mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have... Man, I feel like there's always that one Edgeworth line I, screw up somehow, but here we go again, take two. Then your client should have already had knowledge of Mr. Corda's death. Close enough. The have-had thing is... it always trips me up. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.
How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry.
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
Very well.
I guess the killer is just satisfied with just our objection, I guess. Right now I have to buy more time. I'll take exactly 2,000 hours for $50. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. Please, somebody has to deliver them. Anyone out there?
This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony.
I just noticed how funny it looks with my hand covering my mouth for this voice.
We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes.
Alright. So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. He speaks very honorably. For a man about to kill another. For money. For blood money. Alright. Week ago, this quest came to me. 1 week ago? Are you sure?
Yes, I am quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations. And I was barely able to finish. Get it? Because there's a bear and all that. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind.
Please stop.
In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind.
A specific date and time?
It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony.
Did you ask why on that specific night?
No. I try to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions.
Your suspicions, huh? Let's press a little further, I think. There's, like, no downside to these, like, press a little further. Well, sometimes there's a downside, but most of the time it's good. So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
Ah, the bear.
My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Corrida's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me.
Ah, you must be talking about this bear puzzle. Although the funny thing is that even though the killer wants us to think this is all Adrian Andrews is doing, under the notion that we do know it was Matt, like, we know that, maybe this guy is just telling the truth, or the killer person is telling the truth and, kind of letting the cat out of the bag, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't have a worry about the truth, then, because they're trying to, use that truth to pin another, then it's rather ironic, in a way. You must be talking about this bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel home. Hotel home? He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference, after all.
That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? I think it was kind of important. The testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Ah, there we go. Kind of hoping it would lead to that point, because I didn't know where we were going. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, well. Really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. Oh, whatever. And I'll laugh at Phoenix. Right. I'm in a certain bar and to discuss. Discuss right here. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that with that brief pause? Oh, we gotta press further again. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? It was very important. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. the Killer met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely that he is mistaken. So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so.
You see, it is just as I said.
I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. Now then, when the witness please continue. Alright, well that's 2 times it hasn't worked out.
That is what occurred. I trust my memory and I believe I have made no mistakes.
Present. Whoops, not present. Press. So your client was Adrian Andrews.
That is correct.
Well, he says the 2 of them met, but if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Okay. It was a request for the services on the night of the award. That is what occurred. Whoops. I clicked on accident. Okay. So what information... I guess we want to draw... Because he claims to have met Miss Andrews. So... I guess maybe we need a way to verify that. This request came to me about a week ago. It's a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. Then at a certain bar. Do I have, like... anything to indicate that? Credit card receipt. God, who... Real quick, who pays $3,800 for a stuffed bear? Seriously, that's a ripoff right there. That bear better be, like, actually, like, serving me tea and stuff as, like, my personal butler or something. I'm at a certain bar. What happens if we just say, no, it's not important? Of course I did. Let it go. Probably just my imagination. Can we believe that your testimony up to this point has been reliable? Okay, so that didn't get us anywhere. Okay. So a quick little change of thought here. What if I were to present Miss Andrews on the turn? I mean, on the turn. This is like what is it, RPG or something? On the dialogue box, which he's talking about having met his client. And at a certain bar. So let me save real quick. Save in the dead of night. Alright, let's see it. I want to see if this is gonna work. I I'm gonna present. Your Honor, that statement contradicts. Oh, come on, Phoenix, don't do that. Whoops, still didn't go so well. All right, so maybe not this one, but what about this one? I'm gonna present Adrian again. That didn't stop the music. Objection denied, you stupid idiot. Alright. One more time. We're gonna try this. Alright. You know what? That's kind of failed. That's okay. We're going to try something new next time on Hooky Hour and not keep spamming this option. We're also going to load the game before I took that many chunks out of my health bar. So next time on Hooky Hour, we're gonna try and solve this thing out. We're gonna try and find a way to draw more information from our client next time on Hooky Hour. Not our client, I don't know, the person on stage, on the stand, testifying. Until then, see you later. Bye.